Hello y'all, how you doing? Once again today it is kind of sprinkling out. If I can, I'm going to go through my collection and pick out some plants to mail to my daughter. I got her a green stalk and I just want to pick out some plants to mail to her for her green stalk. So let's go do that. First thing I'm going to do is dig her up some of these evergreen bunching onions. This way she can have green onions for salads for the summer. And I still have plenty there for myself. Next I'm going to dig her up some of these chives. And doing this in the rain is actually kind of good because it keeps the root systems from going into quite as much shock as they would have. It's coming down harder though, so I may have limited time before I have to turn off my camera. This Murasaki purple pepper I kept for her. Let's see. See, Everleaf, Emerald Towers basil, one of those. Now I want to grab her a Thai basil. I know that I have somewhere. Let's see. I want to give her a calendula. Sweet basil, dolce basil. Feel like I'm missing a tray. Everleaf, Thai basil. Everleaf, Thai basil towers. So that's the next plant. I also want to send her one of these cukes. This is a white cuke. I want to send her that. I'm just looking at any of these to see if they are the right varieties because I want to send her one of these jalapenos. And I'm going to send her some tomatoes. But it doesn't look like any of the varieties I want to send her over here. Let's see what this one is. Okay. Set these over here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Send one of these sun gold tomatoes. I'd like to send a slicer or a red one of some sort. I've got a few tomatoes down here. Let me go look and see what's available. Let's see, Malia's. I'll send her one of these Rebel Starfighter Proms. It's a big slicer. Now I would like to send her a nasturtium. This is one of my favorite nasturtiums. It's called Empress of India. It's so bright it looks fake when it's in bloom. Alright. The next thing I want to send her is a marigold or two. Let's take one of these ones. And maybe we do one of these little marigolds here as well. Alright, that little marigold. Here's her little pile. I'm going to go grab a little bit of soil in this bucket to take with me in case I need to add soil to the roots of any of those. Later on this evening, I'm going to box these up and mail them off tomorrow morning. I'm going to wait till this evening to box them up because I want them to spend as little time in the box as possible. And they're going out in the morning. So in the meantime, I'm going to take these in with my little bucket of soil, because some of those I just pulled apart from other plants, so they'll need a little bit of soil in with them when I mail them. And yeah, she'll have her plants, and it's a lot cheaper than she would have been able to buy them individually. So now I just need to go in and type out a little note of what everything is and what they're used for in the instance of the nasturtium and the calendula. All right, on to the next thing. Down in my bottom garden today in this one that we just got mulched a couple of videos ago, and I'm going to get it planted up. I'm going to plant my hot peppers down here, and then I have some trays of things. Let me turn this camera around and show you real quick. I have these trays of things that I'm going to plant. I'm going to dig a piece of this up and put it up there because I have some growing there, some growing down there, and some growing here. So for it to be more balanced, I need to put some over there. So that'll be the first thing that I do, and then I will plant my peppers.
Soft winds call through the valley low, golden fields where daffodils grow, dogwood blossoms white as lace, waking dreams in a warm embrace. Oh, the rivers run free and the robins sing.
Now that my peppers are planted, I've got a bunch of flowers that I want to plant, but I'm kind of going to lay them out where I think I want them first. I have calendulas, I have alyssums, I have some petunias, I have some coleus, I have some strawflower, some nasturtiums, and some dusty miller, some pink baby's breath. So I'm just going to kind of go start laying these out about where I think I want them, and then I will get them in the ground.
April's promising everything, with petals falling soft and still. I hear your voice in the daffodils. Morning light through the branches high, cotton clouds in a painted sky, barefoot steps on dewy ground, echoes of love that once was found. Oh, the rivers run free and the robins sing, April's promising it.
Okay, we got this planted up here, and I would go through everything, but my battery's about to die, so I'll come and show you the rest of it tomorrow, or I'll come and give you a tour of the plants and tell you what I planted maybe tomorrow or the next day. And I put my leftovers in this bed. Anything that didn't fit in this bed, I put back here, along with a couple of dahlias I grew from seed. So we'll see how it turns out. And I will also give you a tour of that tomorrow or the next day because my battery's literally about to die. So yesterday I was down at my bottom field planting a bunch of stuff, and I was out there for hours and hours. getting it all done. And my camera kept messing up, and I thought it was my camera messing up, but no, it was my battery being almost dead, and for some reason I didn't realize it. I did not get the opportunity to show you what all I got done because of the camera cutting off, so I'm going to walk down now and kind of show you what I did yesterday. Okay, there's the bed I got done. And honestly, I don't know how it's going to turn out, if it's going to look right. But toward the middle, I put straw flowers, and then there's some groups of calendula and marigolds and some zinnias. And around that, I put in this Dusty Miller. I popped in a couple of baby's breath. I also have some petunias. All around that I put alyssum. So hopefully by fall time or by midsummer or whenever, this all fills in and looks nice. I'm not sure how it's all going to look together. I just kind of had this vision in my head of what I wanted this to look like down here, taking into consideration the flowers I had available. And in my head, it looks really, really good. I did kind of plan it out based on height and all that stuff. However, sometimes you get stuff planted and despite all your best efforts, it doesn't quite look like you wanted it to. Sometimes it looks better than you could have ever imagined. Sometimes it looks worse. And sometimes it looks nothing like you imagined, but it's still really good. So I've had times where I've planted beds this way and they were so gorgeous. And then I've had times where I've planted beds this way and because I didn't pay quite enough attention to like size or if you don't pay attention to the size and the height and all that, sometimes it can just end up looking like a jumbled mess. And I hope I've avoided that this year. Either way, it'll be fun to watch them grow in. And individually, they'll still be pretty. I think it's going to look really good. Along this pathway here, I also put my hot peppers. On one side, there's Craig's Grande Jalapeno. And on the other side, there's Sugar Rush Peach. And on the one end, I've got Scarlet Variegated. There's two of those. So hopefully this fills in. On this row here, we also planted dahlias that I grew from seed. You can see them all here. We planted this whole row, and then my beans I planted will grow up behind them, and they will be on this trellis here. And any leftover ones we had, we put in this bed here, kind of in the middle. And then along the back side, I just mass planted the leftover straw flower and calendulas I had. And if I would have taken them individually, I wouldn't have had enough room for them all. And I know some of these might die. It'll be survival of the fittest. But I at least wanted to put them in the ground and give them a chance because otherwise they were going to be composted. Also, the leftover Dusty Miller that I had in the tray that was down here went in the front of this bed. This is the new look. These over here, I alternated new look and silver duster. I do still have a tray of seed dahlias. By seed dahlias, I mean dahlias I collected seeds for and grew them out myself. From a seed, not a tuber. Anyways, I've still got a tray of those because they were overlooked yesterday. So I'll probably put them on the other side of that trellis where those ones are. And then I'll go from there to try to figure it out. So honestly, that'll probably be my next project. I will see you down here in a little bit or later this evening to get the rest of my dahlias planted. Here's the tray of dahlias I have. And we're just going to plant it on the back side of this row. Holy crap. Maybe. If I don't see any bees or yellow jackets. There's lots of things buzzing around and it's making me nervous, so I'm going to try to just go ahead and get these in the ground real quick.
Breathing with petals falling soft and still. I hear your voice in the daffodil.
I'll put them along this back side. And they're about 1 foot apart. All the way down to the end. I have about 18 more left. And I'm thinking I might just plant these alongside my row cover here that I've got my cabbage in. Because that'll be coming out. And the cabbage will be harvested way before the dahlias get big enough and have the potential of flopping over and laying on the cabbage. So I might just see if I can get the rest of them fit into that space. If so, that would be really convenient because I have 18 more to plant. And let's just say more of my dahlias germinated than what I planned for. So I planned on having a double row here. I did not plan on planting them in that L-shaped bed, which is fine. I think it's going to be pretty. And I didn't expect to have all those areas planted and have 18 more. I just had really good germination. And that's awesome. I'm glad of it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't get these along that area real quick, and then my dahlias will be planted, and that'll be one more thing checked off the list. Plus they'll be happy to be in the ground and out of their containers and be able to spread their roots.
Run free and the robins sing April's promise in everything, with petals falling soft and still. I see your smile in the daffodils. Soft winds call through the valley low, bringing springtime.
That ended up working out perfectly. There were exactly enough holes to put the rest of those dahlias that I grew from seed there. And I know that I planted them a little close because on average I'd say they're anywhere from 12 to 14 inches apart. And I think you're supposed to plant them at like 18 inches. So they're slightly close. I've planted them closer than that and they've been fine. So I think it'll be okay. And if for some reason it's not, then I know not to do it again next year. When I had my dahlias over in this bed over here, they were pretty close together and I got a lot of really beautiful blooms from them. And also, I like to kind of shove things closer together than what it calls for anyways. Sometimes it works out to my benefit and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, it's getting too hot to be working outside at the moment. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you all next time. Bye.